Hey there, it's Anthony from the Vital Blend. I hope you're having a good day. And I want to talk about disease prevention. We don't talk about that a lot. It's a lot about disease reversal, which is tremendous. All the plant-based success stories that I feature on a daily basis at thevitalblend.com, tremendous stories of people overcoming heart disease. Hey, I lost 100 pounds. Fantastic. But you never read stories about people saying, hey, it's been a year, I didn't gain 100 pounds. Or it's been 5 years and I didn't have a heart attack. Let me tell you all about it. You don't hear about that. We're only as good as how we are now, right? You know that you've prevented all these diseases up till now, but I got a doctor's appointment coming up in 2 weeks. What's it going to be like in 2 months or in 2 years? How hopeful are you, realistically, that you're not going to get these very same diseases that plague so many others? And this is what I want to give you. I want to give you hope, and not hopium, which is just based on nothing. I want you to have some real hope. You get real hope by knowing the root causes of disease and knowing that you're addressing them even when you don't have the diseases, okay? Because this is the kind of thing where if you're addressing the root cause that also reverses it, that should give you hope in and of itself that you're doing the right thing. You know, doesn't it stand to reason that if a disease is reversed by going on a certain type of diet, that very same diet will help you to also prevent it from happening? This is how I want you to take a look at things, okay? For example, when it comes to heart disease, we know that it's a foodborne disease. It's caused by eating a lot of these, meat and dairy, cheese, and processed foods that inflame your arteries. The plaques form. You can have a heart attack or stroke. Dr. Caldwell Essesltyn tells you that you can become heart attack proof, meaning it doesn't have to happen, or you just got to change your food. You can see your arteries can open up. You can measure the plaque that's in your arteries. This is a no-brainer and something that he's been doing for decades. It's not a fluke. You can prevent heart attacks. Let's take a look at type 2 diabetes. This is a disease that's caused by a very high-fat diet, all right? And you know that if you go on a low-fat, high-fiber diet, you can reverse it. We got tests, A1C, blood sugar. We can see diabetes going backwards. We can see it coming on. This is a very easy, low-hanging fruit that you can reverse type 2. Now, one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to wait until you have damage. You don't want to wait until they're getting ready to take your leg off before you start saying, I think I want to eat more plants. Let's try to get rid of this early. Let's try to prevent having to lose your eyesight or to prevent losing a limb, all right? These are things that we can do, and like I said, it's all in the food. How about autoimmune disease? Now, there's one that it doesn't really matter what you call it. What matters is knowing that it all comes down to the gut being inflamed and impaired, and it needs to be healed properly. And so as long as you address that and you're eating a diet that helps your gut to heal, you don't have to worry about autoimmune, and you can reverse it. Dr. Brooke Goldner is a perfect example. She had lupus. She no longer has it, and I don't mean that she's in like a remission. It's like she never had it to begin with. That is a profound difference, and something that she helps people do because she understands the root cause. And you have to allow time and consistency with a certain type of diet, and you will get that. And so knowing that, if you could live in a way that doesn't inflame your gut and cause damage, then you won't have to deal with autoimmune diseases. But again, don't wait till you do damage to your tissues and your organs that can't be reversed. You don't want to get to that point. But most autoimmune diseases, like heart disease and like type 2, can be reversed when you change the food. And then there's cancer, okay? And cancer, people fear probably more than anything else, and with very good reason, because cancer is not just down to what you eat. There's many other factors. I see 4 different areas that you really need to focus on in order to give you hope that you can overcome cancer, okay? And I want you to think of this as like a 4-digit combination lock. You got to get all 4 right. If you don't, then you may not get the prize. You really need to think about this. The first one is food and diet. We know that there are foods that cause cancer. Meat cooked at high temperatures, frying foods. Even aside from meat, there's processed foods with chemicals, drinks, these diet drinks with these chemicals. This is cancer-causing stuff, damages your DNA. Then the animal protein fuels cell growth, normal cells, cancerous cells, Meat, cheese, dairy, processed foods, they are an all-in-one cancer package. If you want cancer, eat a lot of those foods and wait for the news. Your doctor will not be happy to tell you, but that's what happens. So knowing this, don't eat those foods. Pull them out of your diet and replace them with plant foods that actively kill cancer. The cruciferous family, allium family, berries, mushrooms, a lot of these foods have cancer-killing compounds. Bring out the cancer killers, bring in the foods that kill cancer, okay? So diet is not everything, but it's a big, big piece, and there's a lot that you can do there. Number 2 is your environment. You could live in a very toxic environment. Smog-filled skies, radiation, there's all kinds of things in your environment. There's all kinds of waves that could be around you that could impact you, okay? So you gotta think about, how can I clean up my surroundings so I'm not breathing in air that's toxic or those types of things. So that's something that you can try to do. Then the third area is going to be how you respond to the environment around you, okay? Let's say you go home and you don't get along with your wife or husband and your kids are driving you crazy and you hate your job and you've got these people in your life that you resent and everything. This is very toxic. This is stressful, and stress can aggravate cancer. Stress can aggravate heart disease and type 2 and autoimmune too, but it really can help, drive cancer. And so you got to make sure that you improve your environment within your own home, the communication with your partner, with your kids, maybe getting another job or, certainly making peace with people. Anything that you can do to reduce stress in your life is huge, okay? And the fourth one is going to be your genes. People tend to think that their genes are the end-all for everything. Like, I'm just, it's in my family and there's nothing I can do about it. And, there's certain things that your genes will dictate, like your eye color and your hair color. But when it comes to disease, your genes kind of tell you what your tendencies are. Like, maybe you will put on weight faster than someone else. Maybe you will grow cancer faster than someone else. So knowing that everything that you eat is running through every single cell of your body, playing your cells and your DNA like a piano, turning genes on and off, this gets back to number 1. Take care of your diet. Eat foods that don't turn on genes for cancer. Eat foods that promote killing cancer, that promote health, okay? Optimal human health. This is what you want to do. Don't feel like you're a victim to your genes. There are things that you can do, okay? So if you can focus on all 4 areas and improving them as best as you can, then you'll be putting yourself in the best spot that you possibly can. Is it a silver bullet? Is it a guarantee? No, but you certainly can stack the odds in your favor as much as possible, and that should give you hope. So these are some things that I want you to think about. And if you have hope that your whole food plant-based diet and lifestyle is preventing you from getting the family curse or is preventing you from having a heart attack, I want you to drop it down below. People are paying attention. They're on the fence. They don't know if they should do this diet, if it's even worth it. They need to hear from people that have done this, that have been successful, and why. And so share your hope down below. And if you want to work with me, if you don't know how to get started with this way of life and you're concerned about your health and everything, this is what I do. Just reach out to me. My contact information will be below. I'd love to work with you. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, share it with somebody that you think could use it. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook at thevitalblend.com. And be sure to love yourself, all right? You take care of the things that you love. I want you to eat more plants, and I'll be talking to you soon. Take care.